This is Psalms 104 and 1. Bless the Lord Yahweh, O my soul. O Lord, my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty, who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. I like to start off by saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call him La Yahweh, Bahashem Yoshai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that's scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amawan back at you with another lesson. And going into this lesson I'm about to speak on, I have a video that's going around on Instagram, and scenario that actually happened out in Ukraine. All right, Slovakia, Russia, and man, the Lord is showing the curse that's upon the whole earth, man. Okay, so I'm gonna play this quick video. Give me 1 second. See? So, what you just saw, world ignorantly calls UFOs, all right, unidentified flying objects, all right, but we know them as IFOs because we can identify what those are and exactly what they are, and those are the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all right. There's no little green men on Mars, okay. There's no other life on all these other planets. These are the chariots of Yahweh, the angels. When you read Ezekiel, the first chapter, it tells you that these are the chariots of the Most High. It tells you that melanin men, all right, angels are on those ships, controlling ships. And the reason you see them sitting in the skies like that, because they're watching everything that's happening in the sinful kingdom. Like, behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, beholding good and the evil. All right, they're watching everything that's going on and they're recording it. Okay, and then they're recording and they take them back. They take it back to Yahweh. So, and it's crazy because in the video you hear the dog going crazy. And that's how you know it is real, man, because animals can sense evil. They can see spirits, okay? But see, this dog was going crazy because the energy that chariot and angel was bringing, man, they know exactly who that is. All animals know exactly who these angels, chariots are, man. So, getting you see earth, man. That's how we are. A redemption. Us was salvation was going to bring us. That was going to will change our old bodies. Okay. So to this, let me read. Slovakia. 104 in Psalms, who means of his chambers, who made the clouds. Fuck yeah, they just cut me off of my live. Um, that's definitely Shaitan. Let me show you this picture to show you that that the chariots actually hide in the clouds, because what you see right there, when I first came into the truth, I seen the same exact thing, man. The Lord revealed himself on to me to show me that this truth was real, man. All right, because that's what happens when you begin to believe and you start to turn back to the Lord. The Lord is going to show you. He's going to show you signs, miracles. All right, he's going to show himself to show you the confirmation of this truth, man. All right, so let me just grab this real quick. This is my first picture of a chariot sighting when I first came into the truth. Okay, and as you can see, it's hiding itself in the clouds also. See, and that's to the T, looking like a straight chariot, man. And you can never, there's no other way to look at it, man. There's no such thing as a cloud that has a flat bottom the way you see in this video, man. Okay, let me see if I can get it a little better. Trying to, yeah, that's about the best I could really get it. Could be because I'm outside, but that's a chariot right there, man. All right, and the same thing you just saw in Russia. All right, so let's grab the precept. Slovakia. This is Zechariah. Give me 1 second. It's loading up right now. This is Zechariah 5:1, and it says the flying scroll. It says, then I turned and behold a flying roll. And he said to me, see it now. And I answered, I see a flying roll. There are 20 cubits, and the breadth of cubits. All right, 30 feet by 50 feet, which was a chariot. All right. It says, then said he, this is the curse that goeth over the face of the earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as that side, as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of the house, and with the timber up and the stones there. The Lord is telling you, I mean, Zechariah is telling you that he has seen a flying roll, man. All right, a wheel within a wheel, basically. When you go into Ezekiel, it tells you about that. Let's grab that, Ezekiel 1, and this is 1 and 15. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto a color of beryl. They 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And when you have chariots, all right, it looks from the side. It looks like a wheel within a wheel, man. You have the seal part of the actual chariot. Then you have the circle that's within the chariot. All right, basically where brothers are being beat up to. Right? So the Lord is telling you that this curse will be on those that don't believe in Yahweh Shah, our people. Those are the 2/3 that are not going to believe, and it's a curse on to the rest of these nations. All right, because they're coming to destroy. All right, they're coming to disintegrate people. Okay, because it tells you who was in those chariots. All right, it says, as for the livingness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. The appearance of lamps, it went up among the living creatures, and the fire was bright. Fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. Okay? Hold on. Yeah. Let me grab it from 5. So I'm grabbing from 4, Ezekiel 1 and 4. This is explaining the angels in the chariot. Okay. It says, and I looked, and behold, the world came out of the north, a great cloud, and fire enfolding itself in a Salakia. Satan just keep throwing me off, boy. That's because Esau don't want you don't want they don't want you to know what's the actual truth of these chariots, man. They want you to continue to keep believing that there's a whole nother race of aliens out there that's ruling over us, all right? Which at the end of the day, there is another race out there that's ruling over us, and it's our people, man, the angels of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, but going back to this precept in the 4th chapter of Ezekiel, the 1, it says, and I looked, and behold, the whirlwind, okay, which whirlwind is also used as chariots in these scriptures, clouds, mountains, okay. It says, came out of the north a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber out of the midst of the fire. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and their sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. All right, showing you that they were dark-skinned men. Okay, because same thing was referred to in Revelation, the 1st chapter, when he's explaining what Yahweh what he looked like. All right, and his skin was like onto burnt brass. All right, when you take brass and you put it in a fire, it becomes dark. All right, so they're telling you that the angels that are on those chariots are dark-skinned men. Okay, which are the angels of Yahweh Bashem that's watching everything. Okay, let me grab this real quick. Uh, Isaiah, 1 second. This is Isaiah 66 and 15. And it says, behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to rend his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by his sword will the Lord feed with all flesh, and slain of the Lord shall we. Okay? They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord Shai. All right. Just like you heard it in Jude. All right. You heard that that Enoch prophesied of these things, right? And what did he say? That the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints. All right. Why? Because the Lord is a man of war, like it tells you in Exodus, I think it's 15:3. All right. The Lord is a man of war. All right. So the Lord is going to come with battle formations upon the earth to destroy this place, starting with Yahweh's chariot, which is going to be the biggest one, and all the chariots coming behind it. Okay. And this is why people need to be afraid. But people are more like, wow, what is this? Are there aliens? All right. The government, which is funny because we have to watch for what's about to go down in this society, man, because they have what you call Project Blue Beam. And with Project Blue Beam, they can make any form in the sky, man. They can make chariots look like they're coming out of the sky, coming to attack us. All right. But we know that Yahweh is going to come in the middle of World War III. Okay, to destroy this place. Now, the chariots will show themselves ahead of time before the Lord comes and everything, because these are the signs that the Lord is giving on to the people to let them know what it is, man. And for us, it's to let us know that our redemption draweth nigh. Okay. So, going back to what I was saying, right, they are going to make a scenario basically with aliens, which a while back I have found, I was running through Illuminati cards and all that shit, and there's actually a card that is called I forgot the name of the card, but what it shows, oh, it's called the Final Deception. That's what it was called. The card was called the Final Deception, and it had a bunch of chariots on it, and it was over a certain building or a church or something. And when I started to go look for it later, to bring it out for edification, I couldn't find it anymore. And the actual card was changed from the Final Deception to the Church of America, it's called now. And then it has a bunch of UFOs on it, and it has a church in the back. All right. But the funny thing was that the old card was called the Final Deception, because they are going to try to bring some type of deception upon the earth, and people think that we're being attacked by UFOs, man. Okay, well, we are, but they think that it's men from Mars. When they carry on and they start to bring judgment upon the earth, all right? He's coming to disintegrate people, man. You're going to be, as a matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. This is Second Ezra's. This is Second Ezra's 13. And I'll start from the top. And it says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Who's that man that's going to wax strong? That's Yahweh. All right, tells you that in Isaiah, okay, 63. This is Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with that from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. All right. And what's that greatness of his strength? Those chariots. Okay. I that speak in righteousness might save. You see? So the Lord is coming in his greatness and his strength, man, which is them chariots. Okay. Now let me jump back to where we was just at, 2nd Ezra 13:2. And it says, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Yeah, because that's people be afraid when them chariots come, just like you saw on the movie Independence Day when that chariot took over and covered the whole earth, and people were scared, you know how to react. This is going to be the same, because it's going to be a reality. This shit ain't no movie. Okay. And it says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like the earth when the fire. Talk about the laser beams. All right, the concentrated laser beams that are coming out of the chariots, man. They're gonna be zapping people out here, man. All right, laugh at me all you want, think it's bullshit, think I'm crazy. All right, but it's gonna be your destruction when it becomes reality at the end of the day, because all unfaithful is gonna die in their unfaithfulness. All right, and after this I beheld, and lo, they were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Yeah, the great that's going to be gathered is the elect, 1/3, those that believed in the Lord, starting with the 107. All right, and then the 1/3, the elect within the elect, which is the 1/3, the men, women, children that are believers of this truth. Okay, and it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain. There's no such thing as you flying on a mountain, man. You got to use a little common sense. It says, and flew upon it. You see, so that great mountain is speaking of the chariot, because mountains represent governments, also in the scriptures, power. You see, so the Lord is coming with his government, you see, to govern this earth. All right. It says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Yeah, because it was so big that he couldn't see the region. He couldn't see the land in front of him, man. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they were gathered together to subdue him, were sore afraid. And see, this is how we know the Lord is going to come in that time, right? When World War III is in the middle of war, man, because then they're going to see the clouds crack open, and they're going to be so afraid. But what's going to happen is that the Lord going to put the spirit on to fight against the man, all right, for their pride. And this place is going to be destroyed in less than an hour, man. All right. Another reason why we grab this real quick. This is Matthew. All right, because it tells you how the Lord is coming back, man, and you have to know these things, man. So when they come with the deception, you're not fooled by it, thinking that is the Lord already returning. You see, but this is Matthew 24, and let me see, where is that? 29, 24, Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Yeah, talking about them nuclear missiles, the stars that shall fall from heaven. That is, the missiles are going to go straight up into the air, then go up into the clouds, and then they're going to come straight down. And it's going to look like stars coming from the heaven falling. All right, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. You see? And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. Now learn the parable of the fig tree when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, yet ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. You see? So the Lord's telling you how the Lord is coming back, man. And he's going to come from the east onto the west. You see? So anything before missiles being thrown in the air and the Lord cracking those clouds is all bullshit, man. It's all deception of this damn devil to make you believe that there are aliens out there that exist. All right. The true aliens is us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, because an alien is a sojourner in a land. Okay. A foreigner, basically. And that's what we are. This ain't our rest. This ain't our land on this side in America, man. We're supposed to be out there in Jerusalem in Israel. You understand? That's where our land is at. Okay. But just real quick. With his saints, Slovakia. This is First Corinthians, the 6th chapter. Give me the hold on real quick. No, Salaki, that's not what I wanted. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get the one where it says the Lord come with 10,000 of his saints, but not the one in Jude. There's another one that is similar to that exact precept. I'm trying to remember where it's at, but I'll get the one from Jude anyway, real quick. This is Jude 1. This is Jude 1 and 14. And it says, and Enoch, also the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, yeah, why he prophesied these things, all right? Because he knew what chariots were. As a matter of fact, Enoch was translated, all right? He was beamed up onto a chariot, okay? Because he was found righteous in the sight of the Lord, man. So he's seen salvation, you see? So it says, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment, you see? This is why it's the curse upon the whole earth, because they're coming to execute judgment upon all and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their heard speeches, yeah, all them speeches behind closed doors, all that backbiting, all that bullshit you was talking, all right, is going to be brought to the light, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him, okay? So the Lord is coming to bring judgment upon this place. All right, let me grab this real quick. All right. This is Second Kings. Hold on real quick. This is 2 Kings 2 and 12. All right. Let me start it up a little bit. right, Second Kings 2:12, and it says, I'll start from 6, and it says, and Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray, tarry, I pray thee here, for the Lord Yahweh has sent me to Jordan. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they too went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view. Excuse me, I had a burp. And stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. And Elijah, Salakia, took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over a dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken. Yeah, because Elijah was also translated. All right. Ask, and I believe Elijah was also Enoch in the beginning. If I'm wrong, yeah, right. But I'm almost positive that that Elijah was also Enoch. All right. The reincarnation. And it says, and it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. All right. And what does that remind you of? It reminds you of the time of Exodus, man, when we were crossing the Red Sea. All right. We were being directed by a pillar of fire. Okay. And a cloud of smoke. It was a pillar of fire by night and a cloud of smoke by day. All right. There's no such thing as a pillar of fire that just flies, man. All right. Unless it comes from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. That's some supernatural shit right there. All right. It says, and it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. Yeah, the angels. Okay. And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent them into pieces. You see? So Elisha was granted that double portion because he ended up seeing Elijah go up into those chariots, man. Okay. And again, the Lord is coming on that chariot. The same way when the Lord was rose from the dead and he was taken by a chariot, man. And the angels basically told the disciples, well, why are you guys gazing into the sky? All right. The same way you see Yahweh Shah leaving is the same way he coming back. You know, so this is why this society needs to fear when they see things like this, because obviously your government has no fucking explanation. All right. That's why they feed you the bullshit of aliens. All right. Aliens on Mars, because they're afraid of that, man. All right. It tells you that. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I remember how it goes, the scripture. Oh, I know that. Jeremiah 10:2, and it says, "Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has spoken, all right, unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, lean not, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." Yeah, because they get afraid, man. You see, they're afraid, so this is why they gotta find ways to give deception onto the society, man, because they're afraid. The name of the Lord is me out for the third time. Let me read that one more time. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed. Okay, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Yeah, you see. So the heathen are afraid of these chariots, man. And this is why they feed you little aliens from Mars to try to deceive the people. All right, because the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, man. So us bringing out this word and telling them what is coming to them, all right, they get scared, man. All right. So I think I got one more. Let me grab 1 second. Oh, man, trying to look for that one precept. Hold on. As a matter of fact, I got one more place to look, and I'll close it out because I made the point anyway. This is, yeah, the rap. I don't have my phone just died, my other phone, and I had my book inside. But hey, that's pretty much the point. All right, because I didn't want to make it too long, and I went longer than what I was supposed to. That's the spirit. So, again, these chariot signs that are being shown all over the world, man, is the curse that go before this earth, man. All right. And those that are in this truth, okay, and learning of this truth, fear it, man. Fear it. Okay. Because if you don't get right with the Lord, you're gonna be destroyed by it, man. So by you fearing it, it brings you closer to your salvation, man, because you know that the Lord exists, all right, and that the Lord is watching on the sinful kingdom, man. So, hey, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloyim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom.